Earthquakes are extremely dangerous and deadly natural forces that humans have very little to no help to fight against. In 2020, over 150,000 earthquakes were measured on the Richter scale that year alone. They typically occur where tectonic plates meet, and when they do, a seismograph has been used since around the 1900s to measure things like the amplitude, force, ground vibrations, and the duration of the event. This information can then be taken over to the Richter scale and be ranked by the amount of total energy released. The scale starts at 0, but theoretically it has no upper limit. It is a logarithmic scale, so each whole number increase represents a release of power 31 times greater than the previous number. This is not to be confused with the Mercalli scale, which makes measurements and rankings based off of total damage instead of energy released. Today, we are going to look at the highest events listed on the Richter scale, which are all in the 8.0 or higher magnitude category, and means that there was severe destruction and loss of life over a large area. And yes, we saved the best for last. Let's go check them out. To start us off at number 8, the Rat Island earthquake in Alaska took place back in 1965. It had a magnitude of 8.7, but thankfully, because of its location, it caused the least amount of damage on this list. Now moving on to number 7, in 1906, an 8.8 earthquake rumbled off the coast of Ecuador and Colombia. It created a tsunami that was seen along the entire coast of Central America, as well as places like Japan and California. The waves took 12 hours to travel across the Pacific and ended up killing around 500 to 1,500 people. Next, the Mali earthquake struck Chile in 2010 as an 8.8 on the Richter scale. It caused a tsunami, landslides, and liquefaction. It shook the ground for over 3 whole minutes and caused the destruction of the coastal towns in Chile, the capital, and its major shipping port. More than 500 people died, and over 800,000 were displaced as the tsunami sent warnings to more than 50 different countries. A 9.0 earthquake kicks off the top 5 for us, taking place in 1952 off of the eastern coast of Russia. A tsunami followed, reaching the Hawaiian shores and causing minor damage and flooding across the Pacific, which led to an estimated 10 to 15,000 deaths across the world. It is the largest earthquake in Russia's history and had a rupture zone more than 400 miles long and 100 miles wide. Sitting at number 4, the Tohoku earthquake has already been mentioned a couple of times on my channel, so go check those videos out if you want some more information on this one. This 9.1 magnitude earthquake devastated Japan and numerous other countries in 2011, killing over 15,000 people in Japan alone, as well as causing a major nuclear scare at the Fukushima power plant and collapsing a dam. The 2004 Great Indian Earthquake off the coast of the Indonesian island Sumatra came in on the Richter scale as a 9.1. It caused a tsunami with waves that reached 100 feet high and caused damage all across the Indian Ocean, resulting unfortunately in over 250,000 deaths. It holds the record for the greatest fault length rupture, which measured at a distance of 900 miles. Lastly, it caused the entire planet to vibrate almost half an inch and released more energy than 1,500 of the atomic bombs dropped on Hiroshima. Number 2 on the list is the 1964 Great Alaska Earthquake, which hit the Prince William Sound region as a 9.2 magnitude. It lasted for around 4.5 minutes and triggered a major tsunami that caused casualties and damage from the Kodiak Islands to northern California. But thankfully, most of that damage was contained in Alaska. It caused numerous landslides and liquefaction, around 150 deaths, and it is known as the most powerful recorded earthquake in U.S. history. Coming in at the top spot of the list is the Great Chilean Earthquake of 1960. It registered with a 9.5 magnitude and shook the ground for 10 whole minutes. A large tsunami followed and damaged the entire coast of Chile, along with multiple other places across the Pacific Ocean. It even possibly led to a nearby volcano erupting a couple of days later, and it had a rupture zone greater than 600 miles long. It killed somewhere between 1,500 and 5,000 people, left another 2 million homeless, and caused more than $600 million in damage at the time. And now you know. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, you are the star of your own life, and I'll see you next time, where we are going to check out some more stuff about earthquakes.